Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to the new school year. We hope that you are all having a great second week back and are getting back into the swing of a new routine for the school year. Today, I am here with some of my City Year friends to talk to you all about a very important and influential person, and that is Michelle Obama. So Michelle Obama served as the First Lady from 2009 to 2017, and during that time led many initiatives, all of which were causes that were very important to her and that she was very passionate about. So today we are going to share a few of those initiatives with you all today. So starting off with, oh no, Let's Move.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys entirely remember Let's Move. I do when it was launched in 2010, and because it was included in my public school. But basically, it was an initiative led by Michelle Obama to promote healthy exercise and eating. Because one of the leading problems in the United States is obesity, and that also affects children. So their goal was to reduce the problem of obesity within a generation, and that's just monumental to think about, but there were a lot of tasks within it to accomplish that goal. So several of these tasks include programs were called the Let's Move initiatives. And I found this information on Let's Move at Obama Archives. So there's Let's Move Active Schools. And the purpose of this is what it sounds like, basically an initiative to ensure their schools have at least 60 minutes of physical exercise across grades K through 12. Another thing was to add more healthy foods within the schools. So like usually prior to there's like limited options of selections, like maybe a greasy pizza, and access to fruits and vegetables were limited. So this initiative had salad bars. So it tried to pull over 16,000, and they accomplished this, 16 salad bars across the schools and countries. And then another thing, it's called Let's Move Museums and Gardens. And that means it's just like a partnership where when you go to museums, there's other exhibits that just relate to healthy eating that are much more interactive. And you could see the way that poor nutrition or lack of exercise and what it does to your body. And this is only like a small glimpse of all of the Let's Move initiatives. Some of the other programs include Let's Move Indian Country, Let's Move Outside, Let's Move Childcare, Let's Move Faith and Communities, Let's Move Cities, Towns, and Counties. So those are the initiatives, and let's talk a little bit about some of the achievements that were propagated because as a result of these initiatives. So, and I'm just going to focus on a few once again. So one big one is that improve the healthy food landscape. So many students, had more access to free or reduced lunches. And they ensured food served at schools met the nutritional standards. Like I think I stated the greasy pizza. There were certain, I even remember from my high school that we used to have we used to sell spicy hot Cheetos, nacho cheese. And after that, that was halted within my school. So that's just a small anecdote of what it did. And then my plate, which I think even at McClure and Lunches that we would go over my plate and how many food groups we should eat in each section. Another thing within the physical activity that I thought was really cool is that they partner with the U.S. Olympic Committee to provide beginner athletic programs to over 2 million children with low or reduced cost. So that certain athletic opportunities are not just limited to wealthy students. And once again, this only represents a minuscule of the achievements.
Okay, so next we will be talking about joining forces. Okay, so Joining Forces was established in 2011 with Dr. Joe Biden, and the main point is for it to encourage the community, nonprofits, and businesses to provide support to military families. And there were three prominent aspects of this program. The first one is employment, which basically just finds ways to connect military members, spouses, or veterans to employment opportunities, and female veterans were prioritized. another aspect was education. It promotes academic excellence among children of military families and military members themselves. So academic advisement is given, scholarships are found. And for the third aspect, we have wellness access, which provides support for military families facing stressors such as deployment and stress of wars. So they provide therapy to the members and their families.
I didn't even realize that was mine. Okay, so now we have Reach Higher. Reach Higher was an initiative that was launched in 2019 during President Obama's second presidency. So Reach Higher was basically an initiative to push students to their education past high school, post-secondary education. The initiative was to promote and encourage students to go to a four-year college or a community college, as well as promoting trade schools, which is something that is usually not promoted as much as four-year colleges and community colleges. So that I appreciate Michelle Obama and President Obama for having this initiative for that. This initiative was the response of Barack Obama's North Star initiative, which was in creation to help America in regards to education by having the world's greatest proportion of college graduates by 2020. And yeah, that's basically it.
All right. And in addition to higher education, Michelle Obama is also very passionate about art education. So she was big on art education programs and spoke a lot about the importance of arts in our country's schools and how these kind of programs help youth and students dream big. And something that I thought was very important here is that she stated that an estimated 6 million children have no access to art education and another 6 million have very minimal exposure. So those of you that do have art programs in your schools, like McClure, I know that we have art classes. So we are very lucky to have that. And part of the art education program is that they give out an award that offers some financial aid to top youth development programs to help them improve their programs and expand them. And these programs range in dance, art, graphic design, music, and so much more. And another part of her program was something called the Turnaround Program, which started off as an experiment where they selected 8 poorly performing elementary schools to test out the theory that arts education can actually help improve student outcomes and create better learning environments. And after just a few months, they actually saw that a lot of their math and reading test scores went up, attendance increased, parent engagement increased, and overall enrollment just went up, which is obviously a sign that these art education programs are working. So after that, they actually expanded the program to 35 schools the following year.
All right, so for our last initiative that we are going to focus on today, it is called Let Girls Learn, which First Lady Michelle Obama started at the end of her time in office in 2015, and she even continued post-presidency. So this program was born because there are 62 million girls around the world who do not and are unable to attend school. So that's not just a program that's based in the United States. This is a program for girls all over the world. So these young girls were often expected to help at home with preparing meals or doing other chores instead of going to school for a very young age. So they were not allowed to go to school. They were expected to remain at home and help their families. And oftentimes, even if young girls were allowed to go to school, they had to embark on like very long walks alone to do this, which is just not safe. So this issue, it was brought about kind of to combat this idea of making it more accessible and making it safer for young girls to be going to school all over the world. So she started Let Girls Learn, whose main purpose is to foster an enabling environment for adolescent girls and education. So girls usually between the ages of 6 and 14. She wanted to change the perception of the value of girls at the individual, community, and institutional levels, which means
that it was no longer an expectation for girls just to stay in the home and to help their families. They could go out into the world and fend for themselves and create their own life. And finally, to engage and equip girls to be agents of change. So Let Girls Learn was an incredible program that is actually has a lot of similarities to some awesome programs we have here in Philadelphia, one of which we actually have at McClure, which is Girls on the Run. I know we have some lucky friends that are a part of this here. But Girls on the Run has trained coaches who use physical activity and dynamic discussion to build social, emotional, and physical skills in every girl while encouraging healthy habits of life. So just know that even though we can't be a part of the Let Girls Learn program on an international level, we have access to incredible programs like Girls on the Run and Girls Inc. here in Philadelphia that can help us achieve similar goals to what First Lady Michelle Obama was trying to teach us. So that is all we wanted to talk about today with Michelle Obama. Thank you all for your time. This was wonderful, and I hope you enjoyed.